It's been a minute since I've made a video, so I thought I'd put this one together and kind of give you an update on the two stores, how everything's going. We got the GOAT show this weekend. So don't miss it. If you're in the Green Bay area, stop by, check it out. Charlie and I will be there. It'll be a lot of fun. But let's take a look at what's been going on at the Dollar Box. Yo YouTube, I'm checking in to give you an update with where I'm at. Store number 1, store number 2, all this stuff going on. Had a huge sales weekend, so I'm going to pull some orders. You're going to see those. But I first wanted to update you on kind of where I'm at. So I'm up to about 1,400 listings in the new store, which isn't bad considering I only started a couple days before the end of the year. So I'm going to continue with that. I have the scanner left. I've got about 700 or so scans left. I've been primarily just scanning the non-sport stuff for the new store. I've sold quite a bit of sports, so I put a couple packs together just to get some new listings in the primary store, but I've been really focusing on the non-sport. I got 14 orders over the weekend on the non-sport store, which I don't think is bad considering it's really my first weekend where I actually have a decent amount of listings. I got about 1,300 listings in there, almost 1,400 now. So a couple of things that I discovered I need to do in order to be able to efficiently and effectively operate these two stores congruently, simultaneously, whatever you want to call it. The first is I need to have 2 different browsers open on my computer. So I have one logged into my primary store, I have one logged into my second store, and I can kind of work with whichever one I need to work with at the time. Where I was going to struggle was going to be with the phone, because you can only log into one at a time. I guess I could do it on the browser and open multiple browsers on the phone as well, but it's just harder to work with eBay on there. I prefer to work in the app, and I do need to use my phone on eBay because I use that to take pictures and list cards that I can't scan. So I got a good tip from someone, another person who runs a second store, and they suggested you get a second phone that doesn't necessarily have service or anything like that, but can hold a charge and can log into your Wi-Fi and so forth. That's what I did. So I actually have this phone for the primary store and everything else I do in life, and then I have this phone which is going to just be for my second store. So when I'm pulling orders, I'll have this phone out. When I'm pulling the primary orders, I'll have this phone out when I'm pulling the secondary orders. So I'm going to show that to you today, how I think that's going to operate. We're going to start with the second store here first. Some fun stuff, like I said, 14 orders in the first full weekend of having the store open. So pretty excited about that, and it's fun to see just a bunch of non-sport stuff selling. I really enjoy the non-sport. I did pick up a couple packs of a Sonic Series 2, the Cybercell. I really like those Cybercell cards. Found some at GameStop. I had to run to the mall to drop off some kids packs to my buyer there for those, and stopped in at GameStop and they had a few of these. I bought 5 packs of them. Pulled 2 super rares out of the 5 packs. I love those cards. It was 5 packs for about 30 bucks basically before tax, and I sold the 2 super rares almost instantly to a customer I have on my primary store. So the caution of, oh, you're not going to get the same customers to go to both stores, totally debunked right on day one, because these orders were from a buyer I have on my other store. Anyway, bought both super rares, one for $15 and one for $13. So I got $28 for just 2 cards, and I spent $30 for all 5 packs. So I like the quick returns on those. So anyway, I got that. I got a couple other items here. You'll see. I'll pull everything. You can go along with me on that, and we'll see how it works with the 2 phone system. All right, so since this is the most interesting part of this video, we'll start with the second store. All of these orders are going to be in the very bottom drawer, essentially, because I just listed them. But that'll expand out into the new cabinet and things like that as time goes. So we're going to just pull what we have in this bottom drawer for today, the newer listings. But the first one I've got is a Saved by the Bell Kelly Kapowski card. Love my Kelly Kapowskis. So as far as the SKU system goes, it's the exact same that I use for store number 1. I'm just continuing it on. So if I, like today's January 6th, if I'm doing my first bag of the day and it's non-sport, it's going to be 1/6/25, and that's going to be the bag. If I'm doing the second bag is going to be sports, it'll be 1/6/25, bag 2, and it'll have sports cards in it. So I haven't really created like a separate SKU system for one store versus another. I don't really think it's necessary. As long as the SKU is listed correctly in the listing, I should be able to go find that card, no problem, and keep moving on. But here's the Kelly Kapowski for that one, and it sold for $2.99. One of the other nice things about operating between the two phones is sometimes my primary phone dies during the day. I don't always plug it in. It's not as convenient when you're trying to do photographs and things like that. So now I can kind of have one phone plugged in at all times. So I'll always be able to use a phone. And if necessary on this secondary phone, I can log out of my secondary store, log into my primary store, and do some work on there if need be. But the primary 99% of the time use of it is going to be just to fill the second store's orders. All right, the next one is a music card. Now these are technically from a sports set, which is really interesting. These are from a Metal Universe, which, like I said, is a sports set, but they are music cards. So I thought, I'm going to list them in the non-sports store. And I sold one right away. Jason Isbell, who is a Grammy Award musician, root songs. He's a root song artist, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, this sold for $1.99. Okay, so bag these back up. So I really had a lot of fun just focusing on doing some non-sport listing, and I have so much stuff left from the national to list, and I spend a lot of time listing football all the time, I should say. So I really wanted to, I really wasn't as worried about focusing on getting the sports stuff up, especially because the first store is primarily full. So it was really nice to just kind of focus on that second store and get those listed. All right, the next one is a vintage Star Wars card. It is going to be right here. It's Empire Strikes Back. I have a whole bunch of sets of these, so I just took a chunk of them and listed them. And it's going to be this Starfile Boba Fett card right here. And that sold for $8. Those are pretty nice cards to sell. I just listed a ton of other vintage Star Wars in the second store that I had gotten on a buy, and I was primarily saving them for listing in the second store, and I got some sales out of those right away as well. So it's good to see that there's no really lag there. Plenty of Star Wars selling. All right, the next one's a Jurassic Park card. This is kind of an interesting one. It's a little kind of promo card. It's got this, I'm not sure what kind of dinosaur that is. Tyrannosaurus? No, that's not Tyrannosaurus. Triceratops. It's a Triceratops. Flipping over one of the Jeeps, which I thought was kind of funny. And then on the back, it kind of talks about the Jurassic Park products that are going to be coming out that year. This was from '92, I believe. And it talks about comic books, trading cards, and a magazine. And anyway, this sold for $2.99. Most of these cards I got out of 10-cent boxes at the National, so which I buy by the box essentially. So probably 7-8 cents a piece, I'm guessing, is about where they land. It's not a terrible return there. All right, and then 1231 bag 4. It's kind of nice. I know all the orders are going to be coming out of this one drawer. That makes things a little bit easier for filling these orders. All right, the next one is a Ghost Whisperer promo card from that TV show. See if I can find it here. There it is. So that has Jennifer Love Hewitt on it because she was the star of that show. And again, it's kind of a promo card. It just talks about the show and the cards that are going to be coming out and so forth. And that's all for $3.55. It's another nice sale there. Again, from the National, 10-cent boxes. All right, then I've got some Garbage Pail Kids. I was able to list a bunch of Garbage Pail Kids. I had some older cards. They were from like Series 6, I think, in 1987. And then I had a whole bunch of new ones because I was buying the Bookworms boxes for like $10 for the those jumbo mega boxes at Walmart. And hadn't listed them because I didn't really think they would sell since the boxes were so cheap. But decided to go ahead and do that, and lo and behold, they sell pretty fast. So I sold this Ned Head checklist card, which this was a card that had been done in the 80s, so kind of a reissue, if you want to call it that. And that one sold for $1, but the reason I took a $1 offer on it is he also bought 3 other Garbage Pail Kids cards. And again, remember, I have like little to no investment in these at all, because most of your money, of course, is in the chase cards and the inserts and that kind of thing. So I'll get plenty of money out of those. And then these were just kind of the base cards where, if I got a buck a piece out of them, I'm coming out really, really well on those boxes. So the next one is this Good Naya, the kind of the moon puking out the window there. And again, that one sold for $1. These were all $1, and then they'll all ship together. So it's 3 cards, I think. 3 or maybe 4. I don't know. We'll find out here. But I also sold and you'll see this in a minute here. I also sold a couple Garbage Pail Kid Chrome cards. So Garbage Pail Kids, hot. It was a good opening weekend for those, considering I just listed them. All right, the next one is Book Bernie, I believe. Yep, Book Bernie. So got this gentleman here reading these books, and they're burning up behind him. Another checklist sticker, and of course that one went for $1 as well. So anytime you can list something and sell it instantly for a decent price, or at least a decent margin, it's a good move. Move on to the next thing. Okay, then we've got a couple of we got a Chrome Garbage Pail Kids card. And these, of course, sell for a little bit more. Which one do I need? I have a few of these. I tried just using the scanner. Normally on all Chrome cards, I don't scan. But this is my new store. Good time to experiment and see what can happen and what can't happen. And so I tried it, and they actually came out pretty good in the scans. Now they have the white borders, so that probably helps. Let's see, which one is it? In fact, I'm sure it helps. This one, Dead Ted. This was like a Series 3 original. So you got the certificate on the back there. But it's from the newer Topps Chrome stuff. And that's all for $2.69. And there's one more Chrome card to that buyer. So I'll just pull that one up right away. It is this one. Ray Decay. And again, it's got the certificate on the back here. And that one also sold for $2.69. And those were in the 10-cent box, just like everything else. So that was a nice profits on those. And again, listed for a day or two, and then they sold. Okay, so in between those two purchases, I need $12.31.8. So one of the things I forgot to do when I set up the new store, it's funny how you forget some things when you haven't done them for a long time. But I forgot to uncheck in my shipping policy, or payment policy, I forgot to uncheck payment due instantly upon accepting an offer, which means if somebody buys 10 cards, they have to pay for each card separately if they don't put them in a cart and check out. So almost all these orders came in as single card orders, and I thought, oh darn it, I forgot to do that. So I had to kind of remember. Luckily, I messaged Charlie, and he kind of knew right away. And I had to go back into my policy, and oh, yep, I didn't check the box or uncheck the box to require immediate payment. So I had to do that. So again, that's why when I set up this new store, I didn't want to just go totally gangbusters, although I already have 1,400 listings in there. I wanted to run it for a little bit before I pump promotions and do some other things, just to make sure it's running the way I want it to run, and then I can really let it take off. So another thing I had, which I never thought any of these would sell, of course I sold one right away, is a bunch of country gold cards. So they're just, these kind of paper cards like they were making everything of in the 90s. And these were just different country music artists. And this one is 6-shooter, and it sold for $1.99. And I don't think I paid anything for those cards, or they accidentally got in my box, because I certainly wouldn't have intentionally bought them. Maybe some of the bigger name artists I would have, but lo and behold, got a sale. So you really never know what's going to sell, and that's kind of part of the fun of it for me. This next one I was pretty excited about, because again, something I didn't think would sell. So I bought a big 2-row box, so it's like, what is that, like 1,600 cards or something like that, I think, at the Madison Card Show for $30, all non-sport. And there's a bunch of Fortnite cards in there. Now, I've heard good and bad things about Fortnite cards, so I just kind of started listing them and guessing at prices, because a lot of them don't have sales history, and figured, I paid 2 cents a piece, something like that. I think that comes out to 3 cents a piece, 4 cents a piece, I don't know, whatever it was really cheap. So I figured, why not, let's take a look at it and see if we can get some sales on these Fortnites. And I did. I got this one here, sold for $1.99, so kind of my base price, but that's okay. And this is Infinity in his epic outfit with Fortnite. I believe these are Series 3. They're from 2020. Don't know that much about Fortnite. I know that the game is very popular, so I figure even if the cards aren't hot now, they might be eventually, as people get the nostalgia for the game. But $1.99 for that one. So, and I got a big old stack of those. I've listed a bunch of them, and it's fun when you get a sale, because it really encourages you to keep going with it. Okay, and then I have the 2 Sonic the Hedgehog Cybercell cards. So those are 1, 3, bag 2. So it's really nice right now, because it's super easy to fill orders. They're only a few bags in, and easy to pull, easy to find, all that good stuff. Okay, so I need this one and this one. I need the 2 super rares. I only pulled 2 super rares out of my, I shouldn't say only, that's actually pretty good. 2 super rares out of my 2 packs. I can't show you the back of these because there's a QR code to get some sort of digital thing. And unfortunately, when I listed some of the Series 1 cards on eBay, didn't even think of it, scanned the back, and then I sold them to a customer, and somebody had already scanned them, and he wanted the digital, whatever it gives you when you scan that barcode or QR code. So I can't photograph the backs of them. But anyway, this is the first one. It's got, these are kind of cool. They have, they come in this little plastic sleeve already, but you can kind of open them up, and there's a little picture inside, and then there's this cell. So if you kind of leave them part open, it looks a little 3D-ish, and in front of the ring there and stuff. I don't know. These popped up at the National as kind of a new thing coming out, and I liked them, bought some. They sold well, so now I just check for them, at places I know they sell them. So anyway, this one sold for $15, and then this one versus Eggman versus Sonic, this one sold for $13. So a couple nice sales there. So great kickoff to a brand new store. Not a lot of cards in there yet, but enough to generate some sales, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it grow from there. Now let's take a look at some sales from the primary store. So we're going to switch phones. I'll probably keep this phone with me up by the computer in case I need to look up something quick. Sometimes I do that need to do that when I'm shipping. And then we'll switch on to this phone here that has all the primary store content. Now here's a question I'm sure some of you are going to ask, is how are you going to advertise between the 2 stores and things like that? Well, I use business cards right now that are 2-sided. One has this YouTube channel on it. The other one, this has my store on it, the primary store. This has my YouTube channel on it. So what I'll be doing in the future is I'll be ordering new cards that'll have store number 1 and store number 2 on either side. And then so if you're a sports card buyer and you go, oh, the non-sport shop, let me see what's in there. Oh, I bought some non-sport, I'm into sports cards, let me see what he's got over there. I can cross-promote my stores that way, which is a good way to do it. And then my other card, so I'm going to essentially have 2 business cards. The other one is going to be the goat show and the information for the card show on one side, and then my YouTube channel on the other side, which is more helpful to me when I'm handing them out when I'm doing those types of events. When I'm at the card show, when people want to know about the YouTube channel, it's local people that I'm handing those business cards to. So, okay, here's my YouTube channel. By the way, we do a card show. Come check out our show, that kind of thing. So that's my goal behind that. I haven't ordered any new cards yet. I have plenty of these cards left. So for right now, what I'm doing with the second store is I'm sending these cards in it. I'm promoting the primary store with a sale from the second store. They should still be able to get into the second store with their current sale and see what else I've got. So I'm not really losing anything that way. But at least that way I'm still giving them some contact information and still promoting the YouTube channel because that's on the other side of this card. So that's going to hold me over until I get through this box of 5,000 cards, which really doesn't take very long with the amount of sales that I have. All right, now it's time to take a look at what's sold on the main store. I have a lot of orders. I even got a bunch this morning, and I'm going to skip those since I don't have to ship them tomorrow. But I will take you through this, and you will see what's sold on the main account. First one is I'm going to show you this one. This is in my binder because it's a 4x6 card. I don't know if you can even see that. So I sold a 2022 Stadium Club box topper Max Scherzer for $3.99. I'm obviously not pulling that out of the drawer, so we'll fill that one later. Then I have my first 14 card order from a customer who ordered a total of 176 cards over 7 different orders. All right, so we're going to start here. First one is a Deion Sanders card. It's an 821.5 right here. So we've got it in this pack right here. So you bought a bunch in this order. So here it is. This is the numbers game, Deion, and that sold. Well, let me just tell you what this whole order was. 14 items for $42.86. So that's item number 1. Got my trusty bin here to put all my cards in as I'm filling these, so it's easier to keep them nice and transport them over. Then we've got a Tom Brady card, which is 532 up here. And that's just a base Prism Draft card. Next we have a Terrell Davis card. So we're kind of all over with this one. Definitely a lot of football orders. Almost everything ordered over the weekend was football. Had a little bit of baseball today. And baseball will start heating up here in a little while. Here it is. Just a simple select unbreakable insert of Terrell Davis. So I definitely want to keep building my baseball portfolio or inventory stock, whatever you want to call it, because baseball stuff starts selling early. Football stuff, to me, always sells late. Like, you have to get through most of the season. This is a Deion Sanders Field Force silver foil parallel. But I feel like I have to get through most of the football season before the football sales really pick up, other than maybe some of the early rookies or somebody who makes a surprising mark on the season might sell earlier, quarterbacks especially. But it doesn't feel like you could get good, consistent, solid football orders until you get towards the playoffs, or at least past Christmas. Once Christmas hits, then it feels like you get a lot more. Here's a nice Cowboys card, Jason Witten. This is, I just shut down my order screen here. This is a 2012 Momentum. So the early days of Panini on that one. We're almost coming to the run of Panini, and I'm happy about that. I like Topps products a heck of a lot more. So that'll be fun. It was really nice. As a matter of fact, ironically enough, the next card I have to pull is a Topps Composite Football. 11/27/12. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to the days when it's Topps products again, Topps Chrome and things like that. Let's see here. So we need a Topps Composite. Here we go. Kind of cool. A Jay Novacek from Topps Gallery. So a couple players that aren't huge sellers, I don't have a lot of stock of. Jason Witten and Jay Novacek selling. That's always what I get most concerned about is, okay, I bought a stack of cards. I know the Barry Sanders will sell. I know the John Elways will sell. You know, things like that. Favre's, of course. And then I kind of pick my more fringy type cards, or it's cards in a lot that, you know, were just there that I'd like to make something on, and like a Jason Witten. And you never really know, so I love it when those sell. Here's a Bo Jackson Team Fleer from 91 Fleer Ultra. Nice little insert there. So when I get sales on cards like that, it really makes me feel good. So I don't really need to keep them in stock. It's not a hot card by any imagination. So if it sells, it sells, and come back and get another one later if I find it. This is Peyton Manning and Archie Manning. I bought 3 of these. This is the second one that sold. It's upper deck, but it's got Ritz and Wheat Thins on the back. So you guys know I love that kind of stuff. Anything that's food products or oddball type stuff. These are obviously unlicensed. And it's like they didn't even try. I mean, look at it. It's completely blank uniforms and helmets. If you look on the back, the helmets. So you never really know. I never really know if that stuff's going to sell, but you have to kind of have some faith in it. I figured with it being the 2 Mannings that would, and that Manning family and how prolific they are in NFL quarterback history. All right, then we've got a Griffey, and this one I got to stand up for, so you're going to lose me for a second. This is 3, 4, bag 2. So this one here is just a base Griffey, I think, right? I believe. Yep, right here. So it's 2023. Yeah, 2023 Donruss, Ken Griffey Jr. Love those low-end base card sales. You can always pick up so many of them very affordably. And then you don't have to sell them for much because you didn't pay much for them. So they're great, especially on these bigger multi-card orders. I like them because essentially I'm giving a discount. So essentially I'm giving up a few cards for free in order to get a bigger sale, which is totally worth it. But it's nice when some of those cards are cards that aren't normally big sellers anyway. Like here's a Mahomes. We've got this one right here. 22 Donruss, the throwback Mahomes. Well, that's a card I don't really want to sell at a discount because it's going to have a buyer. It's going to have a market. But you have to combine that with the Jason Wittens and that kind of stuff selling, and then you end up, you know, getting... I kind of look at it like I get good prices for the better cards that sold, and then had to throw in a few of the lesser name cards to get the deal. So that's kind of how I view it, which seems like a good way to do it. There it is. 1992 Classic Ken Griffey. He'd already been in the league for a few years, so I'm not sure why he was in like a minor league set, but Ken Griffey, you can't go wrong with Ken Griffey Jr. stuff, of course. So All right, and then we need a 6.5, which I think is this one. 524. So I'm sure you guys have noticed by now I'm trying a little bit of a new filming format. I hope you like it. Just trying to do something a little different and trying to get a little bit more of myself in the video. Not that I'm full of myself by any measure, but the videos seem to do better and I seem to have a better connection with you guys if I'm on the screen. So I thought this would be a good way to do it. Here we go. We got this Dion Summit. And you kind of seeing me dig in the packs, you don't really need to do that anymore. I've made so many videos like that you kind of know what's going on. So I figure this way I can talk to everybody a little bit better. I'll pull the cards, still show you what's sold and the prices and stuff. So we got a Legends of the Fall Rice. I love Legends of the Fall inserts. Donruss inserts in general are some of the best. I know it's a lower end product and they're not all super fancy, shiny, and case hits and all those good things, but love that stuff. Consistently sells pretty well. So I'm going to continue to carry it. All right, now we got one more Dion card. So I need 821 bag 7. I think it's this one. No, maybe not. Is it in this one? Yep, it's in this one. 821-7, and we need a all world. And I'll show you what I mean by that when I find it here. Here we go. This is All World Sports. They had a license for a year or two. This is from 1992. Yeah, so it's got the flag on it and all that. You know, all that patriotism stuff was big in the early 90s there. Okay, and then we've got a Shaquille O'Neal card. So we've got a basketball card in here. Basketball is not hot for me, but I don't do a ton of basketball, so that's trying to be fair to it. That's partly me. I stick to mainly like the 90s guys and stuff. All right, let's see. Where's this Shaq? Here it is. It's pretty simple. It's just a 07-08 Bowman base. The nice black border. I like the design of this set. And that sold for $2.99. Okay, so we had that little one card order in between. Now we've got another, 2, 3, 4. I got a couple packs out of order here. There we go. Now we've got another bigger order from that same buyer who I did all the Dion stuff in that for. And this one is 39 items for $113.61. So we've got some more Cowboys stuff here. Cowboy stuff has been hot for me this year. 7-4. Such a huge fan base. Big market, all that good stuff. Here we go. So this one we need a Dion, right? Yep, Dion. Dion Preferred Legacy. I like those cards. Got a Leaf. And then we need 12-7. Where does that go? Lost my spot. There it is. All right, then we need a 8-21-7. So you can see, now that you have a little bit different perspective of me picking, you can see I can pretty much sit in my chair and get through all these. The top drawers are a little bit taller than me, so I have to get up to get through those, to look into those. But for the most part, I can sit pretty comfortably and dig through the packs and get my cards. This is a 96 Pacific Dion, just a base card there. So I kind of like that. It's fairly convenient. Obviously, as I expand more into the third cabinet, that's going to change. Because I'll have to get out there, at least until I have a few more things I need to do in this office space here, a few more things I need to clear out before I can bring that cabinet in here. But that'll be nice, because then it'll all be in this room and it'll be easy to, not that right outside the door is terrible, but it would just be nice to have it all right here to get it done. Okay, so we need a Micah Parsons Prism Draft rookie, just a base, which is nice because I have a whole bunch of those. I was buying a lot of blasters and packs and all that in 21. I kind of fell into that a little bit because of the market hype and all that stuff. Not that it's, you know, I didn't buy anything real big or expensive, but that was when you had to kind of wait in line at the stores to try to get anything, and it was just fun. It was fun to sort of play into the hype a little bit. But yeah, I bought more sealed product than I would buy now. Here's another Topps composite. We got a Bo Jackson from, that's like the base. It's designed after the 1993 design, I believe. That's what it's based off of. Which makes sense because that's the 2023 set. So it would have been like an anniversary set in there, design. All right, now we've got another Emmett. This is a Bowman Emmett, so we need 2,000 Bowman. Here we go. Another great year of design. Of course, that's Brady's rookie year, so that's how most people know that design. Bowman Chrome rookie is one of the top cards in the market. Okay, we've got another Bo Jackson composite. Bo Jackson stuff too has been really super hot for me. Alright, and this is a Resurgence. I remember seeing this one in here. I was just picking through some of these not too long ago, so I knew the Bo was in there. Here we go. Aren't those cards amazing? I love the design. So much better than Prism and all that. I do like Select a lot. Optic is okay. I like the quality of the cards, but designs are usually a little bit plain. But I'm a card guy of the 90s, and that's what we had. We had flashy stuff, and I loved it. The Fleer Metal in that, oof, that was good stuff. All right, now we got just a basic Dion. I love this. 2021 score base. Gotta love it when you sell cards like that. Dion base. Just a $1.99 card, and then with the 50% off coupon, it's $1. But I mean, the cards like that, those kind of base cards, you pay, you know, a few cents for. So they're great. All right, April 1. I might have to stand up for this one. I do. April 1, 12. Oh, it's right here. And this one, we need a Pro Set Dion. I have to stand up for a few of these because a lot of these were, there's a Pro Set Dion, 93 Pro Set. Because a lot of these were bagged together. This was when I was skewing stuff up that wasn't skewed. And I was kind of doing it by player, so all the Dions are kind of in one area and things like that. All right, 9, 12, 21. We've got another J Novacek Resurgent. There he is. So we've got J Novacek of the Cowboy fame there he was the tight end in the 90s. Okay, then we've got a Ultra Kirby Pocket. Love that. 874, so that's going to be in this one. 874. So you start to kind of memorize where, you know, things are in certain drawers. Here you go. Ultra Fleer Team Kirby Pocket. And so you kind of start memorizing locations and stuff. I know I move the bags. You know, when I sell down enough, I move all the bags forward to keep maximizing my space in the cabinets. But for the most part, it's only moving by a little bit, so I can follow right where it goes. All right, we got another composite Bo Jackson. We need 11, 28, 24. That's going to be this one here. Okay. So this is just a basic top chrome card. Here we go. So we got the Topps Chrome composite Bo. I see I left the bag out. I better put that back. 24. Okay, what is this one? 11, 27, 12. Conveniently enough, it's right in the same row as the other one, so that was easy. All right, 10-3, bag 2. Let's go over here. 10-3, 2. And this one is one of those flashbacks, which was kind of an insert in composite. So we got this flashbacks bow like that. It's a bunch of bow. We've got a Justin Herbert next, but he has been very slow on sales for me this year, but they've been playing better of late, so gotten a couple of sales on his stuff. 1125. That's how I do this one. 1125 3. All right, so we've got a Justin Herbert National Pride card. I like the National Pride cards. They sell pretty well for me, so I try to pick them up when they're a decent price and decent players. So there's 2023, I think, Mosaic. Yep. Got that one. So we're cleaning a bunch of stuff out today with the big sales over the weekend. Big quantity sales. It wasn't like a lot of huge dollars, but just a lot of quantity of cards sold. Gotta re-scoot myself here a little bit, which is just as good in many ways. 072, because I love to buy cards. That's my favorite part of this whole thing. And when I get a lot of sales and get a lot of things moving, it's nice because it opens the door to buy some more. Here's a You Make the Play out of Collector's Choice. This is Dion. Yeah, Dion last year was huge for me with all the stuff with Colorado and Shador and Travis Hunter and all that being such big stories, and his documentary show and things like that. And then this year it was just kind of flat. So just not as much hype. You know, the Buffalo wasn't winning a bunch of games and things like that. He didn't look like as much of a genius this year. So just sort of slowed down some of his sales. He was a Legendary Contenders, Dion. Nice. And not that any of that takes away from his like playing career, but there was a boost in his card sales due to his current after playing career, being kind of an unexpectedly successful coach off the bat and moving up. You know, kind of got more people into his cards. Okay, so now I need this Phenomenal Extra Points. Phenomenal Athletes Extra Points. I like this card. This is 2017 Prestige. I love cards from the years that were lesser print. So 2015, 16, 17, stuff like that is great. Collectors will come back to those because they're not as plentiful. And it's a good way to get some sales on some of those. These, I love Revolution, or is this Revolution? Yeah, Revolution. Draft picks, Dion. Nice and shiny. They kind of remind me of the old Unparalleled sets from a couple of years ago. And yeah, so I try to get them when I can. I think they're cool. And other people like them too, so even better. Okay, now I need 824. I think that's in here. Yep, now I need a Prism Draft, Dion. Let's see, here it is. Prism Draft in his Florida State uniform there from 2023 Prism Draft. 824. All right, next, 912. By the way, because I know someone's going to ask and it just popped in my head, for the second phone I'm using, this one here, for the second store, No, I didn't go out and buy a phone. It's not on a plan, nothing like that. It's an older phone I had here. It's actually the phone my daughter started out with because we didn't want to get her a fancy new phone for her first phone. And she's graduated out of that and has a different phone now. So that was just a phone that we had laying around. So it wasn't used much. Battery's in good shape. And it just seemed perfect to use, get use out of it as kind of like a, I basically use it like a mini PC. Especially when I'm filling orders. Darren Woodson. So we got another Topps composite. This is Topps Cosmic Chrome. Nice looking card there. So no, I didn't go out and buy a phone. It doesn't have a plan attached to it. It's not going to cost me any money other than the electricity to charge it. And then I just simply logged in with my Google ID on it. So I could get to the Play Store and I could add my email on there and stuff. I don't know. We'll see how far I take it if I want to add other things to it. But for now, it's great to just process the orders. All right, we've got a 23 Legacy Legends Emmitt Smith. So we got at least one Emmitt in here. Can't be a Dallas buyer and not buy an Emmitt card. So what do you guys think of my idea of the second phone and running 2 stores, all that stuff? Is that all crazy or what? 331 for it. I'm going to have to stand up for this one. 331. This one's way back there. There it is. So we need a Josh Allen National Pride on this one. There it is. There we go. Josh Allen National Pride. Get that one put away and then I can get back into the chair here. So usually I have to, pretty much every day's worth of orders, 21.4. I have to at least get up a couple of times to get into some of the top drawers. Now, obviously when I first started bagging, everything was in the top drawers. So it's pretty much just standing up there the whole time, but I don't do as much of that anymore. 96 Pinnacle. Dion. And I would always have, a few cards I'd have to pull out of the non-skewed areas, and I'm getting pretty close to not having to do much of that at all anymore. I definitely still have stuff to skew and move over. If orders fall a little flatter someday, not that I want that to happen, but it would give me some time to finish out some of the skewed stuff. Otherwise, I just keep letting things sell and pull them out of there, and eventually everything will be skewed that way. Jerry Rice and Dion, how cool is this? Classic Clashes out of 2018 Classics. It's a great card. Okay. So right now we're on the move of, spending some time during a little bit of the slower season in October and November to get a bunch of stuff moved over, which was good. 12.52. So I only have a couple drawers left to do, and a lot of those don't have that many cards in them because I've been pulling stuff out of there and filling the orders that way. So just got to keep sticking it out, keep getting things sold and pulled and shipped. Here we go, Josh Allen. So another one of those Donruss throwbacks. This one is Josh Allen. Looks like 1992 Donruss, which I remember buying. That set is really bad for football. There's like no good rookies or anything in that. I can't even imagine. I don't even remember buying any since then, like even just as flip stuff, buying any 1992 Donruss stuff. All right, we've got a Dion Stat Smasher Gold. This is out of the non-skewed drawers. So we got one more card pulled out of there. That's good. 821.9. We need a 97 Skybox Dominion. Here we go. Dominion Dion there. The Dion train keeps rolling. Oh, another one out of that same bag. We need a Stadium Club Dion. Let's see. Here it is. It's 98 Stadium Club Dion. Nice. Slimming down the inventory. That's what you want, so you can put more back in it. That's basically the way the game goes. Okay, 228.3. Got to stand up for that one. 228.3. We need a 93 Stadium Club Dion. There we go. So I need this one right here. And this was a high numbers card, so they're a little bit more expensive. Those were very, very short printed packs, and the packs got expensive because it's Brett Favre's first Packers uniform card, other than the base tops. But most people like Stadium Club better, and it was shorter printed. So push the packs up pretty high. I remember them being as high as like $40, $50 a pack, which probably nowadays is not that much, but back then that was a big deal. Okay, 9, 12, 3. Here we go. So we need another composite J Novacek. This time it's just the basic Topps Chrome J Novacek. That's the other thing I really liked about this product was, other than the few rookies they could put in it, so Will Levis, Jason Richardson, and CJ Stroud. Not that those are bad cards to get by any stretch of the imagination, but there's just all these great Hall of Famers and legendary players in there, and that's the stuff I like. That's my favorite things to sell. I need another one out of that bag. Should have just left it out. There's another cowboy in here. Darren Woodson. So we sold that chrome Darren Woodson as well. Okay, next we go to another composite Bo Jackson. I thought I already shipped him one of these. I must have wanted a second one, I guess. 927.3. So right here. Ooh, right in the front. Love it when it's the first card in a bag. So we've got this composite Topps Gallery Bo Jackson. Lots of composite going out the door. So next weekend is, actually this weekend, this upcoming weekend is the GOAT Show that we are hosting, me and Charlie. And so I'm really excited for that. I gotta pop up here and grab one. So hopefully we'll see a bunch of you there. Stop by, say hi, come check out our Card Dealer Pro demos. Here it is. And yeah, I'm gonna be a buyer again at that show. I need inventory, so that's what we're gonna do. I'll be doing the demos, splitting time with Charlie, not setting up cards to sell, so it should be a lot easier to kind of take some breaks and get around. And hopefully we have a good busy show. Booking tables. We still have a few tables left if anybody needs a table or wants a table. Hopefully we'll sell out. We'll see. Trying our hardest to get there. There's just enough, shows around too. This 91 Sports Educational Ivan Rodriguez card. It's pretty cool. Came out of my big bulk buy. 7 5-row boxes. 1, 2, 6. This is kind of what I do. I sit here, pull these cards. Right now I'm talking to you guys. Other than that, just sort of keeps going. Here's another National Pride. We got Tom Brady. Yeah, I kind of go until bins are full, or I need to pull other cards, that I skip over initially that aren't bagged. and you know, and then come back to stuff. But yeah, otherwise I just try to keep banging them out. At least get them all pulled, because once I have them pulled, it doesn't matter if I necessarily ship them instantly. I mean, I still got to ship them today, but I can at least. Here we got a DC3 die cut Deion Sanders. I like that set. That was a 1-year set too. But anyway, so as long as I can kind of get them pulled and stuff, they're there in the stacks, and when I go sit down at the shipping station, and I just start getting stuff, you know, enveloped and ready to go. Okay, I need a Michael Irvin stat smasher. Let's see where those are. It's Elway. Is Irvin before that? Here he is. So gold Michael Irvin stat smasher. Another one out of a non-skewed drawer, so that's good. Okay, so we overheated a bit on our camera. So I had to fill a few orders without you while it cooled down. I don't know why that happens here, but it does. So I pulled, I'll just show you a few that I pulled. I got this Fred Taylor Edge Masters Preview rookie. Pretty cool. A Mahomes 2024 Panini sticker. This card I really like, this Evolution of the Ballpark, Fenway Park. That sold for $6. I got that in a dime box. 98 Black Diamond Brett Favre. Universal Monsters Frankenstein. Prismatic Justin Jefferson. I really like this insert from Prism. Then we got a Barry Sanders order. So we got 91 Pro Set, 93 Playoff, 2021 Playoff, 93 Upper Deck Checklist, 97 Donruss, and a 99 Absolute. Another 97 Donruss, that's the checklist. 95 Fleer Ultra. 97 Fleer. 93, I think. 95 Proline. And then just a few more. I sold this Onslaught Wizard Magazine embossed card. Love those from Marvel. A 92 Upper Deck Athletics card with Ricky and Jose Canseco on it. And then an 18 Contenders Draft Brett Favre. Alright, so let's move along and pull the next orders. I got another sticker card. This one is that McCole Hardman? Yeah. So we got another Chiefs sticker. Let's see, where did I put that one? Here it is. Mecole Hardman. The top seed in the AFC for playoffs, so pretty much typical Kansas City setup. They're gonna have, they didn't have to play any of the stars this week because they didn't need to win, and they're gonna have a bye in the first round, so they're gonna be set up pretty well. All right, 4-24-4. I have to stand up for this one, I think. 24-4. Here we go. We need a Brady Patriots team card there from Topps. That's sold for $3.75. Okay, got another Ricky Henderson card here. His stuff has just been hot since he passed away. Usually when a good player passes, I'll get a couple of sales. You know, I did with Pete Rose and stuff, but it kind of doesn't last that long. Another one where it's the first card in the pack. But the Ricky stuff just keeps on going. So we've got this 95 Pinnacle. Now, to be fair, I stock a lot more Ricky than I do Pete Rose. But I still have some Pete Rose stuff that hasn't sold yet. Alright, 10-19-4. This one's kind of a fun card, a little bit different. So some older basketball, older meaning before 2018. That to me is older basketball. I do not care much at all for ultra modern basketball. I don't buy a ton of it. Bob Pettit, forward. This is from 1718 Ascension basketball. He's a Hall of Famer. Sold for $2.99. All right. Yeah, other than like the big name players in ultra modern, like Curry and LeBron and stuff like that, Wemby, I'll buy stuff like that. But otherwise, for the most part, I don't do a ton of basketball. All right, we got another Brady here. This one is a legacy. See if I can find it real quick here. There it is. Got a few of these. 19 legacy football. Okay, then we need a Max Scherzer. So we got a baseball card here. 920. Oops. Wrong card. 920. Bag 2. So far, I filled or pulled all these cards. I haven't had one. Well, actually, I had 2 stat smashers, which I could easily pull out of there, so I pulled those right away. But I haven't had any other non-skewed cards that have sold, which is interesting because I don't get that real often. So I'm really getting close to the point where I don't have much to move over. I can feel it because I don't have to pull them. I'm not seeing those kinds of numbers coming through. This one I think is in a different bag actually. Maybe 920 bag 0. I got one here I'm stumped on a little bit. It's in different number. Let's see, it's on that one. These were all scanned bags. It's got to be in one of these here. We'll try one more and then we'll try the one before it. Otherwise, per usual, I'll have to look it up. Don't see it. All right, then we got a vintage football. We've got in 11-15-3. Right here, so we need a 77 Topps Jim Braxton. There it is. Jim Braxton for the Bills, and this sold for $2.99. Alright, so we're going to get some non-skewed cards here. I knew it had to happen eventually, especially with how much sales I had over the weekend. I got a few soccer cards here. One of them I can pull. I got a 2021 Topps Chrome Vinicius Jr., 2020-21 Match Attacks Benzema and Rodrigo, and this one I can pull, 11-26-2. This is a Robert Lewandowski, and I think that's Finest, if I remember correctly. There he is. This is... Started listing some of my soccer sets, cards that I didn't want a PC out of it. This is 2018-19 Finest Lewandowski, so that's good. Just have too many cards, too many sets, too much stuff laying around. I gotta combine some of them. And then that buyer, so those 3 sold for $3.80. And then I also sold a 2002 Topps Champions League Gavi, so a rookie basically, for an additional $1.99. So we got 4 or 5, we got almost $6 out of that for a card order. Not too shabby. Okay, 417.3. So right here, and I need a. What am I looking for? Should have probably looked at it before I. Jermaine O'Neal, I think, is who I need. There he is. That one's kind of out of the blue. Jermaine O'Neal. Don't sell a lot of those. Sports Illustrated for Kids cards there. So I've sold a ton of Sports Illustrated for Kids lately. I need to buy another big lot. Haven't found anything that I particularly liked yet, so I haven't bought anything, but it's definitely something that I want to pick up. 10624. So we've got another Emmett card here. This is order number. Oh no, this is a different buyer. I got 10 cards here for $21.90. So we've got this Pros and Prospects Emmett, and I think it's all just base cards. An assortment of base cards. Which again, that's what I want. I want the bigger cards to sell as individual cards, and then the base, you know, super low end, ultra low end, whatever you want to call it, stuff that I get for hardly anything or just came in a lot. 20 big 2 right here. Those I want to sell in bulk. I want to move those on and then go buy some more bigger cards. This is an insert technically. Men of Autumn, very common card though, from, what is that from? 93 Pinnacle, I think? Yeah, 93 Pinnacle. Good sale there. And then I'll have to pop up because I need something out of the February dates. Oh, come on now. One downside to the bags, sometimes, once in a great while, I'll run into a bag that's just tight and I can't, it's harder to get the stuff in. Okay, now I need 2, 3, 6, 3 bag 6, and I need a Flair Emmett. Here we go. So right here, 2003 Flair Emmett Smith with the Cardinals. How about that? Get all these put back away. Most bags go like that. I just slide it out, slide them back in, but not all of them. 719.4. Ooh, I do have a card another card that's going to have to be pulled out of SKUs. I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible today just because I have so many cards to ship. So I'm glad that I'm at a point where most of them won't be, but I'll still have a couple. Alright, we need a Down and Dirty. I got a whole stack of these. Down and Dirty, action-packed, Michael Irvin. Obviously, I got those all together from somewhere, since they're all bagged together. Coming hotter on Michael Irvin stuff. His stuff doesn't do too bad for me. Doesn't sell for a lot, but you get those cowboy buyers. So the one that I don't have in here is a 96 Fleer Michael Irvin back to school promo. So that I got to dig out of the non-SKU drawer. Yeah, it's kind of a blessing and a curse. You know, I've been talking about that for a while, where having stuff be in the SKUs is, here we go, Collector's Choice Dion. Nice close-up of his face there. That's kind of a blessing and a curse when, you know, when it sells, because selling in the SKUs is great like this. I just pull the card and I'm done. But in the same light, if I sell the card when it's non-SKU'd, I don't have to go later on and sign it as SKU. I just pull it and ship it, and then it's out of there. And nothing goes to the non-SKU'd stuff, so I don't have to worry about it filling back in. What's this one? Okay, we've got another, there's 2 of these together too. Another Michael Irvin action pack. This is from the All Madden team. Cool card. Love action pack stuff. Thicker card too, so that's always nice to get those out of the inventory. Not real thick, but definitely thicker than a normal base card. Alright, 10, 10, 6. need a M92 Fleer Emmett. Let's see where that is. League leader. Here we go. 1992 Emmett League leaders. So my goal this week, I have the scanner only through this week. Then I'll bring it to the demos and stuff for the show on Sunday. And then it's going home with Charlie. Because for a couple of reasons. A, I'll be out of scans, and B, it's his turn. He gets to, and it just makes sense to exchange it right at the show as opposed to, we don't live that close to each other, so as opposed to me running it over there or him coming to pick it up or whatever, or him running it to me. Derek Lassick, I didn't intend to buy this card. This is a action-packed rookie update, Derek Lassick. I thought it was Emmett. I don't know why, but I bought a few of those, like 2 or 3 of them, and I'm like, oh, it's Derek Classic. But luckily they've all sold. That was the last one. So again, sometimes those errors, that's how you find out, you know, a player you can buy that maybe you didn't know too much about. 22, here we go. Now, when it comes to Cowboys, you almost can't go wrong buying any player as long as it's for the right price, because, or at least for me anyway, I sell so many Cowboys cards. Doesn't matter the player. So I'm always, when I see it's a Cowboys card, and I just kind of look at it like, give it a little extra credit points as to whether or not I want to buy it, because I feel like I can get the sale when they buy other, and it's good to have a spread of players for a team buyer, because great, I have 50 different Emmets, but if they want different players besides, here's a Dion Fleer Gaudy, the mini. If they want, you know, if they're a team collector, they're going to want many cards of many different players. So it's good to have that variety. 6'5", 11, and that's primarily what I try to cater to is, yes, player buyers, you know, specific players, but then really team buyers. I really try to focus on getting Steelers cards and Cowboys cards and Packer cards. Those are the ones that really tend to have strong fan bases where you can sell a lot of multi-cards to it. Okay, 11, 27, 4. So here's another one. I just got a bunch of these real cheap or in a lot. Wasn't sure if they would sell. This is actually the first one of them I've sold. But it's Tony Baselli. He was a great rookie for the Jaguars. Jaguars' first team year, 95 tops. And that sold for $1.99. Not much money, but like I said, I got it cheap with other. Alright, and the next wave here, we had some more that I already pulled, just to keep the video moving. We had a pile of Brett Favre's here, just Brett Favre base stuff. We've got a playoff, Skybox, one of the MVP sets, 94 Fleer Ultra, 94 Fleer, 94 Pinnacle, lots of 94s, 93 Tops, 93 Skybox, 94 Contenders, and 93 Action Packed. And those all sold for, I gotta look them up because I don't remember what it was. Let's see, those sold for it was 16 cards sold for $30.74. All right. And then I had a Bo Jackson numbered Panini card, numbered out of 99. I got $10 for that. Got this Contenders die cut berry for $3.50. A Gremlin sticker for $1.79. A couple of Calvin Johnson's Prism Draft. We got a silver and a base there. And those both sold for $7.98. We've got a Sonic the Hedgehog sticker for $6, Tails. a Marvel, what is this card here? We have Fleer Marvel Universe Maximus. Maxim Pip the Troll. I don't know. That's all for $2.99, so pretty good one there. Pulled another Stat Smasher Berry, just the silver version for $4.99. We have a vintage card that we're going to have to pull after. Gandy Golden rookie out of Select for $3. I love my Unos. Here's an Uno sale. Jordan Love for $2.25. By the way, shout out to Branded Collectibles for sending me a huge pile of base Uno cards. I love them. They will go to good use, I promise. And a couple of sealed packs even. So truly appreciate you. Didn't ask for anything for them. Just wanted to support me for keeping the channel going. So shout out to you. Thank you so much. All right, then we got a Jordan card, this Upper Deck All-Star card for $3.50. Another Skybox Marvel card. This is Executioner's Song. Do I have this? Yeah, it's upside down. Huh. Sold for $1.79. So we're getting some of those non-sports out of the main store, and we're gonna, focus on the second store for those as they come in. 90 Topps Bow, 89 Topps Bow, and those sold for $5.98 together. And all right, and then we got a big berry order. So I'm just gonna go over this quick. This is from the buyer that bought the 7 different orders with a total of 176 cards. So these are all the berries. We got a contender ticket. We've got a Leaf flashback. 18 Donruss. 18, I think this is, 99 Donruss. That's the original Donruss. 18 contender draft. 95 Stadium Club. 95 Fleer Ultra. 95 Pinnacle. Club Collection. 93 Upper Deck Checklist. Another Club Collection. 94 Skybox Impact. 95 Stadium Club with the cool caricature card on the back, drawing on the back. $1 Million Moments entry form. 97 Pinnacle Express. One of my favorite sets, I think it's underrated, 94 Classic Images. 95 Skybox Impact. Random Troy Aikman in there. We've got a Troy Aikman from Composite, the Midnight. Another Club Collection Berry. Roger Staubach, 2010 Panini Contenders ticket. NFL Experience Berry. 97 Score Berry. 2024 Score, so brand new, from a brand new set there. This is 97 Pacifics Philadelphia. 94, I think this, no, 95 Crash the Game Silver. 98 Pacific. 93 Joe Montana Pinnacle. 96 Score Berry. 95 Fleer Ultra. 2021 Chronicles, made to look like the 93 Pinnacle. 97 Fleer. And a 99 Collector's Choice Fury. So those 31 berry cards sold for $70.24. Okay, and then we're on to the next pick. It's another 40 items for that same buyer, mostly berries, and they sold for $89.65. Maybe I'll skip over that one because it's all base berry stuff. Let's see what else we sold here. All right, we've got a 2024 Bowman Chrome U. Otherwise, if I don't skip over anything, this video is going to be like 5 hours long because I have so much stuff to pull. This one is Squirrel. Let's see, where is he? Squirrel White from Tennessee, and this sold for $2.99. I love Bowman U. One of my favorite products every year. I have not bought a hobby box yet this year of it. Don't know why. Just kind of holding out for price a little bit, and then it just Holidays came, it just never happened. I did buy a Mega and pulled a gold or yellow parallel out of 50. That sold pretty well. All right, here's a 20 item order for $55.20. It's not that same customer. So this is a different, bigger order. So, which I'm consistently seeing now, and that's what I really wanted to build towards. So I'm really excited that we're getting there. All right, 5/14/23. So we need a Contenders draft, Brett Favre. And then we've got a TJ Watt. So we need 8/21/4. So we need this Prestige TJ Watt. Franchise favorite, nice and shiny. Card there. And we've got a Jalen Hurts. Haven't sold a lot of him this year, which is weird because the Eagles have been so good. But he is not really the face of that team. I would say it's more Saquon Barkley. Come on, I know you're in here. So this is brand new Elite, which I had bought a few packs of. So I'm glad the cards are selling out of it there. So Elite Jalen Hurts. Okay. We need a Mosaic Jared Goff. Right here it's going to be a Jalen Goff National Pride Silver Mosaic right there. Okay, and then another Favre base card. I love it when the Favre base stuff is selling because I have like 4 or 5 monster boxes yet of. We used to call them monster boxes. I think they're called 5 rows now, is what most people refer them to. Yeah, I have all those. Here we go. So it's a 93 Stadium Club base. But I have 3 or 4 of those 5 row boxes just full of Favre base stuff. So mainly, there's some inserts and some better brands and stuff. I dig stuff out once in a while and list it, but for the most part, it's a lot of lower end base and that kind of thing at this point. Okay, here's another Elite. We got Brock Purdy this time for 2024 Elite. Nice and shiny. And we got to go back, pull another Favre card. We got a couple we got to stand up for here because these were earlier. These were earlier sales for sure. So 5/7/5. And 3/14/8. So I'll just pull both of these right away, and then we can get back to sitting down. Okay, so we got a 08 Upper Deck. Now, let me scooch in here. We got an 08 Upper Deck, and I think this is 08 also. 06? Yeah, 06 Threads. A couple more Favre base cards there, that's good. We got another Elite out of our pack. Maybe those were pretty good packs that I ripped, I don't know. Seem to be selling cards out of it, so that's. And this one we need Watt, I believe, right? Yep, so we need TJ Watt on this one with the Steelers there. Okay. Alright, so now we need a Montana card. It's going to be 11/15/11, so that's right here. Here we go. We need a Retro Series Joe Montana out of Optic Prism, silver prism. I'm gonna pop up to the top again here. 2424. That's a older listing. Gonna be this here Donruss Elite Eli Manning. Nice looking card. I love, like I said, I love Donruss inserts. Okay, then we have a card that I gotta pull out of the non-skewed drawer, and that's an Optic Charles Woodson Retro. So just like that Joe Montana one, we got a Charles Woodson one we gotta pull. 5, 11, 24. Let's move this one, and I just need a base Dak Prescott. Interesting. Not sure who's buying Dak Prescott right now, but I'll take it. Let's see, where is that? There he is. Way down the line, of course. We got a 23 Zenith base Dak Prescott. Now it would have been all pack rip stuff because I bought some Zenith. I buy some Zenith pretty much every year if I find it. Because again, I like the inserts and stuff. I like the Dufex foil they use, things like that. Alright, we need another Barry stat, and gold one this time. So we got a gold wildcard Stat Smasher Barry. And then another one out of that Elite bag. It's funny. It's basically buying all my Elite packs that I bought. Actually, I have another one down the road, so I'm just going to grab them both. I need CeeDee Lamb and Mike Evans. I did pull some decent cards, like as far as base cards, I got decent names. There he is. So that's probably why I have a buyer for them. So the next two Elites, I got Mike Evans and CeeDee Lamb. Alright, another one to pop up for. This is a Favre base. 1410. I just need a store base card. Here they are. 2008 store. There we go. Base card. And then 5, 14, 7. It's right here, so I'm just going to stay standing. 2010 contenders. Got a big old pack of those left, so happy to send one of those out the door. Okay, we need another CeeDee Lamb, 1216. 24. So this is just a 2024 Mosaic base, which I picked up at the Green Bay show. It was 20 for $1, so 5 cents a piece. Yes, I will buy a Mosaic CeeDee Lamb card for 5 cents, absolutely. Okay. And we got 2 more to go for this one. It's 827. Big 7. And I need a pink Drew Brees. Here it is. Mosaic pink camo Drew Brees. Nice. And then that CeeDee Lamb. And that finishes that order off. So we're just cruising right along here. Got a lot more to pull. We've got another 40 card item order from that same buyer, $148.60 on this one. So 1231. Oh, 23. I have to remember to look at that because I'm into the more than a year now of these listed. So I have to make sure I pull the right year. So this is from 23 that I listed it. And it's a Tony Dorsett card. Here it is. Tony Dorsett, Etched in Time, out of Donruss Elite. It's a nice one there. I think this is a lot of Cowboys buying again for this buyer. 12, 31, 23. But it's nice to get a 176 card order. I clear some stuff out. And some of it is stuff that definitely sells. I don't need to sell it in bulk. Some of it is not. Here's a 77 Topps. Drew Pearson and who's the other guy? MacArthur Lane. So some vintage going on. Alright, this video is already at like an hour and a half, so I'm not going to show you the rest of the pulls. I still had probably another hour of pulls. Sales had been really crazy. So good for me. But yeah, I don't want to make this video any longer than that. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me feedback on how you like this style of video where it's more me on camera versus the camera showing you the bag pulls and so forth. And I'm going to try to make more videos. We'll see. It's pretty busy yet, so might still just be one a week or so besides the live. Don't forget the live Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Me and Charlie and the Goat, and some special guests hopefully throughout the year. We've been having more and more contact with other content creators who want to join in on the live. So I think that would be fun. But thanks again so much for everything. I appreciate you. This channel isn't possible without you. And remember, you can't sell what you don't list. We'll see you soon.